getting things all booted up and making sure everything is working. I didn't end up streaming yesterday due to doctor's appointment, so which I tend to have a lot of. Heck, I have one tomorrow morning. I also haven't been doing my evening streams because I'm coming back to Final Fantasy XIV, and I've come to the realization that as a level 80 character, and having formatted my computer since then, I lost all of my setups. So I'm spending pretty much every evening redoing all of my button setups and resetting up my macros and all that stuff. And it's just very time consuming. Not sure when I'm going to start those streams. Hopefully next week, starting on Tuesday. But I have every class I need to do, so it's a little bit on the time consuming side, unfortunately. But it will get done, and then I'll be back to streaming during the evenings, because I really want to get back to actually playing Final Fantasy and not just doing what I'm doing. I am very out of it today. Multiple reasons for that. One big reason is a new medication that I think is having an impact on me. But I will power through. Okay, I didn't actually... So where we left off was we were working on the Trimac Works. And I'd stopped because I didn't really have the time as it was getting late. And I was trying to figure out how to properly set up this combat with more options, and I think I did that. And let me see what we have here. So this is as they enter this room here. I guess I can just drag this pin in, which is what I should have done in the first place. As you push open the door to storage room, the first thing that hits you is thick, musty smell of aged wood and stale air. The room is dimly lit by the faint light filtering in through cracks in the walls, casting long shadows over stacks of crates and boxes haphazardly piled around the space. The walls are lined with shelves holding various supplies, but your attention is quickly drawn to 3 figures huddled behind some of the larger crates. These figures are clearly not ordinary workers. Their bodies are twisted and grotesque, their skin mottled and marked by strange and unnatural patterns. The unmistakable appearance of flesh warps, beings whose bodies have been altered and distorted through horrific experiments. The flesh warp commoners crouch low, their eyes wide with fear, their hands gripping makeshift weapons. You see that they're not looking for a fight, but they're ready to defend themselves if necessary. They glance at each other nervously, clearly unsure of your intentions. Okay, we got some editing we need to do, but I think overall, I'm happy with that. They have the mistakable appearance of flesh warps. Yeah, flesh warps is a... Yeah, we'll get rid of that. They crouch low, their eyes wide with fear. Okay. They have to be able to identify them, so. Okay, let's do this. As I have to save my microphone from falling. There we go. If they choose diplomacy or intimidation. I'll have to figure that out. Commoner. Okay, I'll have to make a custom. Oh, right. I was looking up what bleach. Okay. I have a feeling I have to go legacy for this. Yeah. And the fleshwork commoners are all -1. Normal commoners are -1. Okay, we just need to change their race to make that work, which is great. Right, we're figuring out the DC. DC 19. Now there'll obviously be a couple different options on this one, as there should be. Okay, so we have a critical success. There's no point of a failure, critical failure. If they choose violence, man, retain a bunch of water. If okay, morale break. What is their hit points as a commoner? 10. If they drop below 3 hit points, they attempt to escape to the vats area. Image of flesh warp. Encounter document. Okay, what else do we have working on here? Searching the room. Whoops. Searching the room. Once resolved, whether by force of a word, you take a moment to search the room. The crazy boxes are filled with various supplies, some clearly used in alchemical processes. You sift through contents, you find 6 flasks, each filled with different chemicals. You also come across 5 wooden sticks, each with a strange dried substance coating one end. Near the back, you discover 6 bottles of contain a light greenish yellow fluid. Its purpose unclear at first glance. Finally, tucked away in a corner, you find a dusty bottle of port, seemingly forgotten among the other more sinister contents. Cool. Gotta do a little bit of clarification on that one. You find 6 flasks. 3 pairs filled with different chemicals. And that's it. Parcel. Okay. If they choose to converse with the flesh warp, they can get the following responses. On a critical success, the flesh warp. Lower their weapons and tell them of. Actually, let's look something up. Diplomacy. Make an impression. Okay. Good. Just what? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Tell them of the plight of their people. Their tribe long ago escaped. Where the history of flesh warps particularly? Okay, people, they lived below leopards that, but Volkstag and Grimes killed their leader and put them to work in their Trimac works. They only serve out of fear due to Volkstag having the ability to take on many forms, one of which is a large monster. The others within the building will not give up as long as Volkstag or Grimes is present. If they can handle them, the others should give up the fight as long as they don't fear for their own personal safety from you. In a success, the flesh warp lower their weapons and do not interfere, though they also do not help. They warn that the others of their kind will not will fight to the death as long as Volkstag and Grimes are in power. On a failure, hello. I'm doing as well as can be expected yourself. Let's see. On a failure, I guess they not respond and continue not protecting themselves. What are they doing? Watching your group carefully on a critical failure, they immediately attack. Seems like a good plan. Almost. My schedule is actually on the stream page itself, as long as it's updated. But I typically stream 5 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I stream twice in the day, usually. Though only my afternoons I work on my Pathfinder stuff. In the evenings, I usually play a game. Lately, it's going to be Final Fantasy. And then Saturdays and Sundays, I am either working on campaign stuff or running or playing in a game, and I stream both of those instances. So, typically every second Saturday, I play in a 2nd edition conversion of Return of the Rune Lords, and then typically the opposite Sundays, I run a Age of Ashes campaign, which will be eventually replaced by this one once Age of Ashes is done. Otherwise, I'm just working on campaign stuff. But what games am I into? Pretty much everything. But streaming-wise, I'm trying to keep my channel focused on more fantasy medieval type games. So I'm leaning towards things like right now Final Fantasy 14 is going to be what I'm going to be streaming during my evening streams. No, never got into the newer GTAs. Older GTAs, I've played most of the old ones, but never really gone to the newer ones. I'm not really into like modern day games. Futuristic or fantasy are my typicals. Yeah, I played both of those, even older actually, into the original ones. The top-down isometric ones are, I think it was GTA 1 or 2, where it was just a top-down shooter type thing. That was probably my favorite one. Okay, critical success. What are we looking at here? Flesh whip lures of weapons, a shoulder sag and defeat. I like that. They control us through fear. Vorkstag can take on many forms, one of them a massive beast. We cannot escape as long as he lives. The others are like us. They will fight to the death. As long as Vorkstag grind are in power, but if you can deal with them, we might have a chance. We won't help you, but we won't stop you. Just don't make us fear you more than we already do. I approve. Not a whole lot, to be honest. If I'm not gaming, I'm watching shows or I'm working on other campaign stuff. No, my life is pretty much entertainment content right now. Work where I am is not fun to get, and it's gonna take some time before I get back to work, so I'm doing this instead. Might as well entertain my time, somehow. Okay, on success, the flesh warp lower the weapon slowly, but they keep their distance. We won't fight you, but don't expect us to help. As long as voice and guys are in control, those will fight, and they'll fight to the end. Be careful in there. Okay, that works for me. I am from Central Alberta, Canada. Edmonton, to be specific, but unless you're Canadian, it's, or a hockey fan, I suppose, or football fan. No, hockey, because Canadian football doesn't merge with American football. A failure. Flesh warps say nothing. Their eyes, I don't want them to keep calling them flesh warps. Yeah, unless, like I said, unless you're into hockey, there's not a whole lot of reason to know where we are. I say that having a rather detailed knowledge of American geography, but that's only because it's drilled into us as Canadians. Know thy enemy, I suppose, is the joke we like to make. Okay, on a failure. Creatures say nothing. They're still watching your every move. Their weapons at the ready. They make no further movement, clearly wanting to see what you'll do next, unwilling to trust or aid you. Nope, my time is pretty much Pathfinder, general video games. Well, last I checked, you're seeing stuff right now, so... Pretty sure that's how conversations work. Alright. Critical fail. Warning the flesh... the creatures. Leap forward. Fear and desperation clear their eyes as they attack. There we go. They choose violence. Okay. Oh, I don't need that. I need this. Flesh warp commoners. Strange mutated humanoids. Category put these in. Probably humanoid. Okay. Neutral is not a thing anymore. But they are medium. They are... What is the creature type of flesh warps? Is it... What trait are they? My apologies, but I should probably make a rules page. I have a zero tolerance policy for people attempting to sell things in my channel. Yeah, I'll probably have to make a rules thing. I need to put a big sign on my channel that says no solicitations. It's the thing with Kick. The only people who ever come into my channel are people trying to sell me things. I was in here for a reason. Okay, I guess that's just that one. Is Flesh Warp a creature type? Additional, see dim light concealed. Rare. Oh, here they are. Okay, let's go rare, medium, aberration, flesh warp, humanoid. Whoop. Their initiative. Okay, what do they have that humans don't? Besides low light vision, what else? Disease and poisons. I don't think it'll come up. Poison might, so I'll keep that into account. And then I can leave everything else the same. Just add their disease and poison thing. Yeah, that works. Okay, so initiative is +3. They are -1. Perception is +3. These ones have dark vision. Really? +3 dark vision. Common. What else would they have as a flesh warp? Additionally, intelligence. How intelligent are they? Baseline, so they'll just know common. Skills. Keep on forgetting I can just copy paste. Anyone to relate to their trade, lore, alchemy. Because by now they know what they're doing. 3, 1, 2, 0, 1 items. I'm gonna switch them out for clubs instead of sickles. More like hammers instead of clubs, because obviously they're closing crates and such. So it just makes sense that they'd have some kind of clubs. The ones inside would have, I guess, like steel or iron ladles that could be used as clubs. Or stir sticks or stir rods. Either way, I think club makes more sense. Saves 6, 3, 3. Okay, see if I can find an example. Actually, let's do this. +1 saves versus disease and poison. Yeah, that's all I really have to do. Hit points are 10. No abilities, no hardness, no immunities, no weaknesses, no resistances. Speed is 25. Melee attack. Club. Let's grab a club. +1 -3. Well, they're losing the agile trait anyways. So they just get thrown 10 feet. Damage of a club is 1d6. Bludgeoning. Actually, I don't need melee in there, do I? First edition, you would. For 1, rock thrown 10 feet. Yeah, they only do bludgeoning damage. I'm fine with that. Ooh, that is neat. Okay, so this would be offensive, proactive abilities. Power of the mob. Okay. Athletics checks to shove, attack rolls, and damage rolls. To shove, attack rolls, and damage rolls. Let's get 3. Effect. Attack. 1. Circumstance. Damage. 1. Circumstance. Duration 1. Self. All right. Can you create for me an image of the flesh warp commoners in a warehouse wielding clubs? You know what? They are hideous looking. And I'm okay with it. Like, they're supposed to technically be mongrelmen. I am down with this look. I'm good with that. Yep, I am. Kind of just want to have one though. Make the image with just a single warp creature. I like this one. We'll see if they give me a single one. Otherwise, I'm just going to crop out this part and probably use him. He's naked. He should be dressed. No, I think I'm just going to use this one and chop out this guy. Ooh, actually... I'm good with this one. Yeah, I am totally good with this one. Flesh warp commoner. Okay, assets, refresh. And their flesh warp nature could have adapted to the acid and turned their skin looking more that way too. So rationalizing why they look that way on top of everything else. 3 identified. Lock this. We'll put 1 here and put 2 here. That's done. And then we need the item parcel. Okay, let's open our Excel sheet. We have the storage complete. And now we go to treasure. I keep doing that. I don't know why I keep adding the 2. Okay. Items. We need some alchemist fire. Okay, apparently there's a lot of alchemist items. Lesser. Gem core orc. No, I want player cork. Do I not have the GM core? I should. I'll just use orc one. Okay, we have 2 of these. We have frost vials, lesser frost vials. Okay, that's second edition core. Maybe that's one I should be using. Smoke ball. Oh, it's smoke ball. Oh well. We have matchsticks, which we have 5 of these. Then we have some bleach. Level 0 item will make them worth, I don't know. Was Alchemist Fire Lesser worth 3 gold? Maybe make them 3 silver each? Or would I make... Yeah, I didn't have them of any value. Let's just make him a copper. There is evidence more than anything. And then... a bottle of port. Which will be worth 5 at SP. Okay, that is that room done. Okay, new task. There's no items in this next section, and there's no combat in this next section. I must have restarted my browser at some point because I lost my spot to my book. There we go, stable. 2 fork, stag, 9 grinds, Tyrant. Yep, just stable. Okay. Using the documents and the following help write a description of this. Description of the staples. This will at least be a simple room to get through. Alright, as you push open the door to the stables, the smell of musty hay and old sweat hits you immediately. A simple stable is small and worn down, with its wooden beams sagging slightly under the weight of years. 2 stalls line the walls, both filled with piles of straw that look like they've seen better days. In one of the stalls stands a horse, a pitiful sight. Its coat is patchy and dull, and it sways slightly as it stands, its legs trembling under the weight of its own body. The ancient creature is barely holding on, just one step away from the knacker's yard. Looks at you with tired, glassy eyes as if it no longer expects anything from the world. The second stall, though similarly filled with straw, seems more lived in, likely where the flesh-warp workers rest. The veins trampled down and scattered with scraps of old blankets and rags, a makeshift resting spot for those who labor under the watchful eyes of Workstag and Grind. The oppressive atmosphere in the room is only heightened by the knowledge that the flesh-warp workers cannot escape. Flesh golem hound from the courtyard ensures that the stable is as much a prison as it is a resting place. Besides some minor changes, I am good with that. Yes, I would like you to continue playing music. Okay. I'm good with all this. This guy's describing the horse is definitely cool. Likely where the workers rest. The is trampled. Those who labor under the watchful eyes knowledge that the workers cannot escape. The hound from the current share stable is much a prison. Yes. Because if they do end up just murder hoboing, I want this to be kind of their time to feel guilty for being dirtbags and killing prisoners. Because I'm a mean DM like that. I like reminding my players that they're absolute jerks whenever possible if they do something like that. Whoops. The vats. This one's going to be a very complicated one. Okay, so the reason why this is a complicated one is how did I write it out in here? So the reason why it's a complicated one is simply because Vorkstag and Grinds have no reason to not join in on this fight. In actuality, they should be joining in on this fight. And I need to set up the timing. Otherwise, they're going to get overwhelmed. So how do I want to handle it? Obviously, the Fleshwarp commoners are already there. Every 2 rounds? Beginning of round 3, Grinds joins in. Beginning round 5, Vorkstag jumps in. That's pretty... potential being overwhelming. That's the only problem. So they're level 2. The Fleshwarp commoners are 45 XP, which makes them equal party level. Then you add in Grinds, it brings up to 80. Now we're at a +2. And then we're up to a +3 once we add in Vorkstag. I think we're fine with that. The flesh warps, in theory, should not really be a big problem. Simply because they are -1. And they've only got like 10 hit points. So at level 2, they should be able to pretty much two-shot them. So, yeah, I think if I do every 2 rounds, that should be fine. So 1, 3, 5. Yeah, I think that's the best solution here. Like, this is the epic fight of this whole place. There's some other random combats that they get into, I think. Yeah, some stupid homunculus later on, and a husk zombie, which is more there for storytelling purposes than anything else. The homunculus are just there as annoyances. So, honestly, they're just there to prevent thieves. They're not there to really be a challenge. This is the big fight. Alright. How do we want to set this up? The next section is the vats. I need to set up multiple scenes. Multiple extra things. Use the documents and the following to assist with these scenes. All right. Okay, scene 1. Describe the vats area for my players as they enter the room. Replace the mongrel men with the flesh warps. The flesh warps as described in the storage section we did earlier. Do not name them by race, only use the descriptions, the image you created earlier for the flesh warp can assist with that. Make sure to describe the flesh warps standing on the various wooden planks. Stirring the fluids within with their stir sticks. Scene 2. Players are going to want to diplomatize, but this has to be an impossible task as long as Vorkstag and Grinds are alive. The flesh warps. Again, do not use that name. Attack the players. This will begin combat. Scene 3. For any player that falls into a vat, describe. Okay, where's the hazard? Make sure to describe the accurate fumes and how they make them feel sickened. Doesn't mean that they will be. What is the DC of the sicken going to be? DC 12 fort, which should be an easy save. So every round, DC 12 fortitude or become sickened. Place falls into the vat. Describe. Wasn't a vat. This was bleach. These ones are acid. So there's 3 bleach, 4, or 3 acid, 4 bleach. Yeah. Now I'll just describe the hazard separately. Okay. The 5th of, or sorry, 3rd, on the 3rd round of combat, describe grinds coming to the upper balcony to investigate what is going on and joining into the fight. Scene 4. On the 5th round of combat, describe Vorgstag coming to the balcony and joining into the fight. Scene 5. If the players describe the flesh warps thinking. The players, if after they defeat Vorkstag and Grinds. I think that's everything here. Yep, we'll see what this comes up with. Might only do 2 hours today. I got some stuff I've got to get done. We'll see how it goes. I'm also feeling a bit off, which makes sense considering. Okay. You push open the door, immediately greeted by a wave of acrid fumes, thick in the air, stinging your eyes and making it difficult to breathe. The sharp, metallic tang of chemicals burns the back of your throat, and the smell of something foul hangs heavy in the room. You can feel your stomach churn as the fumes settle around you. The chamber is enormous, with a ceiling that rises high above and floors that drop down to a lower level. 7 large iron vats dominate the room, each about 10 feet across. They bubble and hiss ominously, their contents a mixture of acid and bleach still processing. Around the vats, thin wooden planks crisscross precariously, leading from one platform to another, with ladders reaching up to iron walkways above. Standing on these planks, tending to the vats, are figures twisted by some grotesque process. The skin is mottled and uneven, with strange patterns marking their bodies. They stir the bubbling liquids with long sticks, seemingly lost in their work. Cloth mask covers their faces, providing some small protection from the acidic fumes. But even from this distance, you can see the scars that mark their flesh, evidence of the exposure to the very chemicals they tend. Swallowing, the feeling of sickness begins to creep into your gut. Okay. I like that. As you step further into the room, the figures in the vast notice your presence. They exchange nervous glances, their hands tightening around their crude clubs. Without warning, they move with surprising speed, their scarred forms lurching across the planks as they raise their weapons in a desperate attack. So the only hiss of vats now goes with the sound of clatter in combat. Okay. Encounter include fumes hazard, vats hazard, and Vorkstag and grinds. On the third round of combat, on Grind's turn, oops. Alright, be right back. I need to make a bio break, which will mean I might extend out to 3. Be back.
Spent it in good company, and all of the harm I have ever done, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want or
Oh, sorry about that. Nice song. Okay, just about seems to be reaching your favorite pitch. You hear the creak of wood from above. Glass up, you see a figure step on the iron balcony overlook room. His eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. The man leaves full of sinister grin. What's all this noise? Can't you mind your own business? Fine, I'll deal with you myself. That the figure, a small henchman, begins descending toward the chaos. His eyes never leaving the fight as he prepares to join in. Okay. Image of grinds. Grind starts round 1 with 2 actions left. On the 5th round of combat, on Volkstag's turn, image of Volkstag. The fight intensifies. A small man enters the fray, but just as you start to gain some ground, a deep mocking voice rings up from above. Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? Now you'll have to deal with me too. Another figure steps on the balcony above. This is one as tall, more imposing. As he steps into light, you see a flicker of something grotesque beneath his skin. He's barely holding together some horrific transformation. He gazes down at you with a cruel smile before moving to join the battle below. I like that. Okay. When combat ends, if any of the flesh warp are still up and alive. Okay, with the final echoing crash, Roxy's body collapses to the ground, its form twisted and broken, the room falls into silence, save for the bubbling of the vats and the heavy sound of your breathing. Who had attacked you, so their weapons, their faces are still tense, but there's a flicker of losing eyes. One step forward, hesitantly, still scarred and trembling, but clearly grateful. Thank you. We couldn't fight them. We had no choice. They killed our leader, forced us to work for them, but now we're free. They bow their head, clearly unsure of what comes next, but hopeful for first time in a long while. Yes, that works. At this point, they already know who these people are, so. When they loot Forkstag and Grinds, which I'll do afterwards. Because I'll actually have to go over their loot. Create for me 2 separate images. One image for Grinds and a separate image for Forkstag using the documents to rate them. Let's see what we get. Keep in mind that Grinds has an image, and I don't think Vorkstag does. Yeah, Grinds has an image, but Vorkstag doesn't. Ooh. No. Grinds is an umbral gnome. Maybe that will help. I don't mind the Vorkstag one, though. Know what? I like it. I think I like it. It is the right level of creepy. Yeah. Okay, and the Vorkstag one. I like it. He hasn't had the ability to put a skin on because he's rushing the combat. So I'm good with this one. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm totally down with these. These are great. Assets. Refresh. Grinds. Create map record. Is it Vorkstag or Volkstag? No, it's Vorkstag. Yeah, well, technically it's grind, not grinds, but whatever. What is the DC of the walking around? DT, no, it's 10 if they're awake. That's not what I want. Okay, the locked door, the cellar, I'll deal with that. Acrobatics 10. Yeah. DC 10. Acrobatics, balance, trained, wooden beam. DC 10. Acrobatics. trained. Now it's DC 10 acrobatics. 2 cross. Wooden planks. Okay, that's good. That's good. Encounters. 2 dash. Fork steak. Grind. Works. The vats. Bestiary. Fleshwarp commoner. We got 3 of these bad boys. Then we have to create Vorkstag, and we have to create grinds. We gotta create our hazards. There's a lot to do. I might stop after I'm done this one here, because this one's big. Let's create a hazard. Let's go down the list. Okay, the Fleshwork Commoners, they are done. Bestiary plus. We have a hazard. Environmental hazards. Abyss. Shavian. Is there anything already in existence for hazards? Poisonous atmosphere is not bad. We'll open that one up, see what it's like. Smoke-filled hallway 2 while we're at it. Okay, so nothing acid pit. Anything close? So I can just steal it? And just modify it to my own purposes? Oil explosion? No. Rickety bridge. Sacred geyser, maybe. Ooh, scalding tar lake. That might be better. Let's go with tar pit as well. Venom pool, potentially. Okay, so poisonous atmosphere, creature invigorated by the atmosphere. Smoke-filled hallway, sickened by the smoke. It is a complex. I don't want a complex. Well, it's technically complex. Ooh. I could lower the difficulty. Huh. I don't want to deal damage, but Sicken 1 to Sicken 2. Okay, we're gonna... I think we're gonna use Smoke-Filled Hallway. We will keep this here, because we're gonna need this for Vorksane Grants anyways. Smoke. Really? Oh, it's from Kingmaker. I can just make a new one, I guess. Fine, be that way. Acid, fume. Sorry, just called the Vats room. The Vats room. Traits. Complex. Environmental. How do I have this entire thing set up as? Acid vats, minor environmental damage when exposed, poison lock. Yeah, we'll be fine with this. It's gonna be dumbed down, so hazard level -1. 0 initiative because it doesn't need it. Description. We'll just steal their description. Thick. No. Acidic fumes. Fill this room. Making it difficult to... Oh. To breathe. Disable while spelling gust of wind can temporarily clear a path of smoke that has a chance at the start of the next round as long as start of the next round. DC 18 survival. That would go down to stealth and disable ACs 18, so DC 15. 9 numlock off again. Yep. No. Survival to know how best to cover your nose and mouth with a wet cloth or with a cloth to help alleviate the choking effects of the smoke. Of the fumes. And to be honest, the NPCs are going to already be kind of hinting that you need to spend some time getting a cloth or something. Back to the smoke. No AC. Okay, reaction. Alt 0157. Creature that isn't holding their breath walks into the room or starts to turn in the room. Triggering trigger must attempt a DC 18 fort save, which will be changed to DC 15. 15 fort save. Okay. Critical success creatures affected by the fumes. Success, the creature is sickened 1 by the fumes. And 1 and takes for 1 round. Sickened 1. From choking on the fumes. We're dumbing down this hazard a lot because it's not meant to be as deadly as it is. As failure, but sicken 2. Yeah. It's just sicken. No potions for you. That's all I want. Fortitude. Save. Fortitude. DC 15. Success. Effect. Sickened 1. Duration 1. Success. Failure. Effect. Sickened 1. Failure. Critical failure. Effect. Sickened 2. Crit failure. Fumes. Smoke. Acid. Nope. Gas. Sure. Okay, that's done. We are happy with that. Now, we need the vats themselves. So there's going to be 2 vats. One is the bleach, one is the acid. I think they're going to have different effects. Acid obviously being more deadly. Tips on those tips. Creatures come to burst. No. This will be a complex. So Scalding Tar Lake. Creature takes no damage. 3d6 fire, 66 fire and persistent. 96 fire and more persistent. Okay, that one could be the acid. Tar Pit. Tar Pit. So pits pull down. Nope. Venom Pool. That's Cloud Kill. Okay, I want 2 different versions of the Scalding Tar Lake. Scalding, nope. Kingmaker again. Okay, we are going with 2 this time. We are going to go with the acid vats, bleach vats. We will keep that identified. We were going to go category traits, complex, environmental on both. Okay. Initiative is going to be 0. These things are meant to be what? Level 2 hazards. They're not meant to be complex. They're just environmental. They can be complex. Nah, they're just a hazard. No perception needed, language skills. Okay. Oh, hazard. And hazard. Description. Vat filled with acid. Vat filled with bleach. Okay, what do they suggest for these differences? As it takes 6 points per round of immersion, creatures falling bleach points per round as to prone to immersion or be blinded. K. The acid one will be purely damage with a chance of persistent. Well, the bleach will have the chance of blindness. Disabled. DC check the wrong sort of bits here in the tar. Okay, they already know. There's no way of disabling them, so I shouldn't have bothered. Fall in, take damage. That's all there is to it. Okay. Reactions and reactions. Acid, burn. Bleach, burn. A creature falls into the vat of acid. A creature falls into the vat of bleach. Okay, scalding is the creature begins. Creature suffers from chemical burns. The creature suffers from chemical burns. Easily save from. We're gonna go low. We're gonna go low. DC 15. Reflex save. I don't think I want them to fall in, but I think if they do get kind of shoved in, they manage to scramble back up. Basically, if you get shoved in, you take the effect of the vat, but you don't actually fall into the vat. Or I make an easy climb check to get out. Yeah. Creature takes no damage. Creature takes no damage. Offensive of a 2 would be 1d10 plus 4. 1d10 plus 4. Acid damage. I could make these simple. No, we're gonna bring this one down to 1d6 plus 3 though. 1d6 plus 3, and the bleach is also acidic? Yeah. Okay, acid damage. One, 2d10 plus 4. Acid damage. And 1d6 persistent. Acid. Uh, 4d10. Double. And then triple, so it'd be 3d10. Plus 4. Acid damage. And 2d6 persistent. Acid damage. And we won't add the extra effect. I'm good with that. Reflex, save, reflex, DC 15, success. Damage 1d10 plus 4. Acid. Success. failure, damage, d10 plus 4, acid, failure. These 1d6 persistent. That's lowercase. Effect 1d6 maybe it's like this. Purse 1d6 acid, failure, critical failure, damage 3d10 plus 4, crit failure, 2d6, 2d6 persistent, curse, 6 acid, crit failure. I think that works. Pretty sure that works. Let's look for sure. Three acid vats. Bleach 1d6 plus 3. 2d6 plus 3. Acid damage. And blinded? Should I just make them blinded for a round? Blinded. And blinded for 1 round. And blinded for 1d6 rounds? 1d. What does it want to do? Wants to do 1d6 minutes, so 1d6 rounds. Critical failure. Creature takes 3d6 plus 3. Acid damage. And blinded for 1d6 minutes. Oh, it will suck, but it is what it is. Reflex. Save. I could allow an extra save. Yeah, I will. And I'll put it under the routine. Yeah, I'll put it under routine. Fortitude save. DC 15. Success. blind for 1 round. Failure, blind for 6 rounds. Critical failure, blind for 1d6 minutes. Yeah, and roll for blind. Roll for blind at -1. Roll for blind at -2. Yeah, let's go that route. Reflex DC 15. Success. Damage 1d6 plus 3 acid. Success. Blind effect. Save. Yeah, so okay, failure, damage 2d6 plus 3 acid, failure, blind at -1, effect, save, save -1, duration. Actually, I should just do roll. That should work. Critical failure. Effect. Save. -2. Roll. Crit failure. Blind at -2. Damage. A6 plus 3. Acid. Crit failure. Okay. Fortitude. Oh, my brain is starting to crash. Good thing I'm gonna end soon. Save. Fortitude. DC 15. Success. Effect. Blinded. Duration 1. Success. Make sure it's blinded in here too. Yeah, blinded. Failure. Effect. Blinded. Duration 1d6. I'm gonna have to test this one out. Critical failure. Effect. Blinded. Duration. D6 minutes. Okay, that doesn't work as intended. Maybe it's just 1d6M. So success. Nope. I guess 10d6 is a solution. Because 10 rounds in a minute. Yeah, that works. Oh, whoops. Let's get ourselves some imagery again. Bleach fats 4. Well, this is where I should stop. And then I'd have to make Vorkstag and grinds on Sunday. Hopefully I'm feeling more awake and more alert and better in general. But let's put some notes on here. Well, we're done this part. Okay, E2 is done, E3 is done. That's done. Grinds, Vorkstag, placements. Okay. Save this, close it, and this is where we're going to end. I know it's ending a lot earlier than I originally intended, but I have a meeting tonight, and I would like to be ready for that. I'd like to get some workout done and other stuff done, so thank you very much for watching. I will be back doing this exact thing on Sunday, but on Saturday, we're starting a bit later than usual. We're starting an hour and a half later than usual, so about 3:30 Mountain Time, but we will be playing later than usual, too, for Return of the Rune Lords. So thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you next time.